yeah? I think we're live, man.
We're live.
That 30-second thing, like, Tim does a lot of work when he does this. I got to give him credit.
Yes, he does. Well, and then he also does, like, we'll put our pictures up, before the whole thing and all that. And
yeah, don't mind my family in the background. It's cool. So they won 2011.
That's impressive.
We'll wait for a few more people come in and
go like this team just to make sure that.
Isn't he like 23 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 23. Diagnosed with the Benjamin Button disease.
Yep.
True story.
Well, what else we got going here, David?
Not too much.
So we're going to talk about the open houses, we got my dog drinking. I got dishes banging. I got kids coming home from baseball.
It's real. I love it.
Yeah. There's goldfish crackers right there, a box of them.
Yeah.
Would you like them to
No.
We took the Christmas decorations.
Yeah, we took the Christmas decorations down like that. We had to do that.
You're ahead of us then.
So open houses. I had a great time at this thing. I really did.
Yeah.
We got dinner getting cooked in the background. Microwaves running.
She's going with you, Daddy.
Yeah. You should say it.
I'm hungry.
She's hungry. She says, "This is my house."
This is my house.
Perfect.
She just said, "I own you."
This is
all right,
true.
let's see. We got comments coming in. Here we go. Good job, Benny and team. Yeah.
That's a win for Benny.
I really, if you were at the open houses, I really want you to put a comment down, that you were there.
Yep.
I don't know how many people joining tonight were actually up in Franklin County there. But definitely want to answer questions about what we did, what we enjoyed.
Yep.
But I had a great time. Did you have a great time?
I did. I honestly did. Was quite unexpected, and some of them I was super, super genuinely impressed with Dominion Grimm guys. Went there. They were actually making syrup on an evaporator.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. Very greeting, very hospitable. I'm telling you, down to earth guys over there. I was super impressed. Really caught me off guard. Had a lot of good conversation, constructive conversation. Then I would say second after that would probably be LaPierre.
That was fun.
LaPierre was great. Same thing over there. I wasn't out of the truck for more than a minute, and people were coming up to me, "Hey, Dave, glad you made it," and a couple of the guys pulled me aside because, I'd had that stuff with the reverse osmosis I had purchased from them, and we had some good conversation about that. And then from there, I would say probably CDL, then leader bringing up the rear. But
now, how do I show comments on here? I'm gonna have like
it's already up on my side. I can see.
Can you see all of them though?
No,
or just the one on the screen.
Just the one on the screen.
So I'll just bring them up as they come up.
Yep.
And then when we want to talk about them, all right, Tim's here.
Ken. Hey, Ken, how you doing?
You know that guy.
Yeah. Good people. Holy cow, look at that guy.
Whoa, bring him right up.
Look
I don't wait. I don't introduce. He needs no introduction. I'm sorry I woke you up.
I'm not sure why I'm here right now.
Yeah. Just to say hi, Tim.
Okay. Well, thanks for inviting me on.
How was Florida?
Good. I got a tan, as you can tell.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Your tan line goes from white to whiter.
Mm-hmm. No, I was good. It was good to get away. I don't want to steal your thunder. You guys are talking about Vermont.
No. Actually, I don't know how people have the energy after maple season to go do something.
I needed to get away. I need a change of scenery.
Yeah.
Like the Emmerichs do that down in Somerset County. They get in a truck right after maple season. They pull their taps, they clean everything, and they drive up northeast, like or Michigan, or like how I don't know how they have the energy to do it.
Yeah, it's in my mind that I want to do it. It's something that I'm looking forward to all winter long, and it's kind of like the reward after the whole thing's done. So, been doing that for a few years, and yeah, definitely look forward to it. So
I noticed that, like since I've been following you the last 3 years.
yeah,
Would you recommend to anyone to start a YouTube channel for their maple farm?
I mean, yes, anybody can try it. I don't know how big it's gonna get. To be honest with you, I'm just gonna be honest. It's a small niche. It's very, very small. I think they say with YouTube to find a niche. It's definitely a niche. It's definitely.
Oh, yeah.
A niche. I have a theory that the all the platforms kind of throttle back maple content. I think so. Not purposely, not like it's on their radar. We're going to throttle you back, but it's not a very. I mean, if we're being honest, like what the average person consumes 3 ounces of maple syrup per year. I'm saying in that regard. It's not.
That's because we really skew the average. That's
yeah.
why.
So I think
people chug it. I mean,
yeah, I was just gonna say because people are chugging it around here, you know.
That's right. Or Drano.
Or Drano.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm surprised that hasn't gotten flagged yet or something.
Now
everything's offensive, you know.
Tim, next year,
mm-hmm.
St. Albans.
Yeah,
Vermont.
Come on.
Next year. You want to do it? Listen, man.
Forgo my vacation.
The truth. I'm not going to lie. I felt like I was maple famous.
Oh, I bet you did.
It was amazing. Like it was nice. Like what, 3 years I've been doing this, and like it was David. I mean, it was nice, wasn't it? Like
it was. It really was. You
appreciate what you do, and if you were there, my favorite story is this little kid coming up to me. He's like 10, 11. He had a hat and a Sharpie. He goes, "Will you autograph this for me?"
Yep.
That's funny.
I'm like, really? I'm like, where? He pointed, and I sign it, and he goes, "Where's Nikki Boxler?"
He did too.
Wow. Okay.
And apparently we work at the YouTube office together, and I was like, I heard she was in South Africa.
Okay. Wow.
That really is what it's about, though, man. That was so cool. You made his day, and he was talking. I think he had like 600 taps too at that age.
Yeah, 600 taps in Western Massachusetts, and he emailed me, I think yesterday, wanted to buy some swag, and we sent him a T-shirt and a hoodie.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
So you were at the open house, Don? Pulled pork.
Yep.
It was well done. Like Lapierre's was well done because you get a meal ticket.
Yep.
And then the ice cream. And I'm a sucker for pulled pork. I do. I like pulled pork.
Yep. They had a good layout. It all flowed. There wasn't like any real traffic jams, you know.
What do you think, Tim? Next year, let's go to Vermont.
Are they gonna move that back later, or gonna move that for me so I can?
It's always the same weekend.
Oh, you mean that's your vacation weekend usually?
Well, it's right. No, it's the next. So I'd have to go to Florida, then I'd have to go there. Now I could maybe move the Florida thing around.
There you go.
You can always vacation in sunny Vermont.
Yeah, I mean it's not an easy drive to get there. I'll tell you that.
No, it's like 2 days for you.
New York blows.
Yeah.
Oh my!
It would be a day to get to David's, and then how long? It took you guys a day, right?
Yeah, it was miserable.
Mm-hmm. There's not a good way to get
14 hours.
Tim rents a Winnebago, picks up David, comes across 90. We all go together. It'll be awesome.
That would definitely be a trip.
There's a video right there.
There's a video in it. So there you go. Oh, then we have to stop at Sugar Bushes along the way too and visit.
Exactly.
I was at Dominion Grim and someone come walking up to me. Hey, David, how you going? Where's Tim?
I'm like, who said that?
I don't know. So I don't know his name. They were asking. I was like, he's back from Florida, but he's back home now.
Yeah,
Don, you definitely could have, walked up and said hi. I think we got to do something different next year. But I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, it was good. A lot of fun.
It'd be nice to set times, like we could be here at this time to this time, and that way, you know what I mean? Like set times.
Yeah, yep, a little more organized.
Yeah.
You guys think that was it well attended?
Yes.
It depended which one.
Yes.
Okay.
It was kind of like the crowds moved together almost. I felt like, like I don't think they're doing it intentionally, but it was kind of like if you got out of that crowd and went to the opposite, it was kind of dead. You see what I'm saying? It was kind of like that.
So it was all on the same day, and everybody's probably within a very close
15 minutes. Yep.
So you kind of, yeah.
Now, Tim, you would
guys when you're
you have one county that makes 25% of the country's crop,
right?
And then this county here holds a maple festival, and I mean it's serious. Like I don't know if I've never been to a bigger maple. I mean, there's live bands, there's cars or food trucks all up and down. They closed this town down.
Yep.
What town? This was this last weekend.
Yeah, like Saturday, Friday, Saturday. So it was this Friday and Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They closed the town down. And then all the dealers have, like the manufacturers, the U.S. locations there all have like events, seminars. It's a good time.
Did they have any events or seminars on how to sell more syrup? Or was it all just how to make more?
Maybe you could anonymously request
ways we could increase the consumption instead of just
actually there was leader did one. It was how they label it, like how to expand maple or something like that. It was by I think it's by Aaron. Hang on, let me look it up.
That's what we really need.
Yes, I agree completely.
We really need. We don't really need to know how to make more syrup. We got that figured out. Everybody knows that.
That's true.
We need to find ways to make more people buy.
Taking maple to the next level is how they labeled it. Mm-hmm. And it was by Aaron Whiteman.
Okay.
And they actually have it on there. They actually have it posted. You can watch it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
Because I think it's been, for years and years, even the ones over here in Wisconsin, it's like, how are you going to make more? How are you going to get our vacuum up? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Well,
yeah. This actually brings up a really good topic of something that I noticed, not necessarily open house related, but when we were there, Jeff Corey took us around all over to all these producers, to his brothers, to Sloan, all these guys. And we're literally in his truck, nobody around, going down these 2 tracks, pulling into these people's facilities and just walking in. And I'm like, he's like, no, we have open door policies around here. We just walk right in and look around. I mean, it was amazing. And I started like wondering, I was like, back here in Michigan, you got all these guys that are like 500 taps, 1,000 taps, 1,500 taps, whatever you want to say, and they're all kind of secretive. standoffish, you're encroaching on my sales territory, blah, 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 that type of thing. And then you go out here where you got these guys with 200,000 taps, making 80,000 gallons, and they just have open, unlocked doors, and they all help each other tap and all this stuff. And I'm sitting here going, wow. I mean, it was just like, this is how it should be. And everybody's waving to each other, and somebody would show up. It's like, oh, just seeing who it was. Have fun, guys. Look around, stay as long as you want. And I'm just like, this is awesome. And I kind of, on the 14-hour ride home, kind of was like trying to wrap my mind around this. Is like, why is it on such a small scale, and everybody's kind of at each other's throats and secretive back here? And I think it's because they're selling wholesale, and they're wanting each other to be successful. And they're just going right to the packer. I think back here, and probably the same for you in Wisconsin, Tim, everybody's trying to get into the same grocery store and the same shelf. It's more personable. I don't know what that is, but man, if we could just learn from that, how much better we would be as a whole. I mean, it was just so amazing. Everybody was super friendly. I was super impressed with that. I honestly was. I was blown away. I mean, I'm honestly jealous about how.
Well, it's a different world. I mean,
it is.
There's is there 700,000, 600,000 people in Vermont? I don't know, 637. It's less than a million. 12 million in Ohio. I think, is it 11 million in Michigan? It's right there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just think about population-wise. I think between Ohio, Pennsylvania, and like half of New York, that's the population of Canada.
Yeah, right.
So we have like in the southern, I call it the Maple Belt, in the southern Maple Belt, you have a lot of people that start their business like I did. I was like, we had a 2x6, 300 taps, 300 buckets, and then you just kept growing it. It was way easier to sell because of the population. We have Cleveland, Canton, Akron, Youngstown, Bowling Green, Toledo, Columbus, Dayton, Cincinnati. I mean, there's just so much population in Ohio that you can basically create your market, but there's not enough syrup production. We're definitely an import state. Yep. And it's 3 fluid ounces a person in the population.
Yeah.
I mean, we got on quads, and we just went up into the hills and the mountains, and we're just riding forever. And you're having to duck below the lines, and then he's like, "Well, here's this fence line," and everybody's tubes are just in crossing each other. And they'll play jokes on each other at the line tree. They'll both tap each side of the tree, as a joke or whatever and stuff. And we're just going all the way through for miles. And this is guys, and this is it. And I mean, it's just, and they got power way back in these mountains. Like, how did they even get power back here? I mean, it's a whole nother level. Like, I don't know. It's just so eye-opening, on so many levels. But I'm telling you, I really liked how everybody just was super friendly, worked together. There was no hostility like there is here. And I think you deal with, Tim, just from talking to you. Like
Wisconsin, it would be very difficult to sell syrup in Wisconsin as a producer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable the amount of producers. And then, I don't know, population-wise, is it like 8 million? I'm not really even sure. 5?
6 maybe? Something like that. Yeah.
So population versus production, I mean, you got everybody and their brother.
Oh, it's ridiculous. Everybody, it's crazy.
Yeah, because they're not big enough to really be what these guys are, going all completely bulk wholesale, so they don't care. They're all just trying to make the most pounds, and they're helping each other load each other's semis with syrup totes. Oh, we need an extra forklift over here. Drive down the road, and they're loading semis together. I mean, it was awesome, man. I'm telling you.
Right. Yep. Yeah, it's a different. That's what they do there. So
yeah, it was.
There's a lot of larger producers showing up in Wisconsin as well. But there's a pretty large bulk and retail market there.
Yeah, I mean, your retail market meaning
Direct.
Selling it to like little shops.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people buying for that, and trying to, and what you run into is, one guy doing it, and the next guy will come in and he'll try to be under him by $1 or whatever, and that's just the way it is here because there's just so many people.
Same here.
It's just not the market you want, really.
Yeah.
And
so many
honestly, those people that keep trying to get cheaper, like they deserve each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones that are just always, hey, this guy says he'll do it for $1. And pretty soon it's below the bulk price on the store shelf.
Yeah. When you're bottling,
people are competitive, but the best thing you can do is help them sell more. Because if somebody's going to sell at a negative margin, the best thing
they're not going to be around very long.
Yeah. It's like every time I'm asked to compete with a particular packer, I'm like, no, because they're the lowest cost. And like, first of all, if a customer's asking me to bid against somebody who's the lowest cost, what's that tell you about the customer? Like, I'm not even going to bid. Like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if that company keeps selling syrup at a loss, then the company has to go look for somebody, and then you're in a different position. So if they're just going to use you to beat up their current vendor, I don't want to be any part. No, you guys deserve each other.
Yeah.
Like you guys.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
But we get competitive, but isn't it? You can't do anything for anybody if you're out of business. You can't help your family, your community. You can't do anything if you're out of business. So competing on price is the worst. So like Tim was saying earlier, how do you do more of a sales marketing? I don't know.
Well, that's just it. It's not easy to, I don't know. I feel and I'm coming from Wisconsin, so there's so many people doing it. Everybody knows somebody who makes it. Yeah. So it's a hard sell here locally in the States. And, it's a different animal.
So why play that game? That would be my question. Like, why even play that game or be in that world?
Well, I mean, because
maybe there's other markets that you aren't aware of.
Well, right. I mean, you gotta get. I think one would be getting out into other parts of the country that it's not a local product, but the barrier there is finding the distance. You're physically here in Wisconsin, and it's not easy just to take off and go to Oklahoma or whatever, and try to, and much less, it's also very expensive to ship it. It's very heavy.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
So John Gray, John, at one point, Starbucks did carry pure maple syrup. I think I remember they were doing a waffle. There was something, I want to say it was Coombs maple syrup. I can't remember. But they did at one point have pure maple syrup. And it might have been Smucker's. I can't remember. It was a little glass bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they did. So, you're right. I still think Swifty syrup's the answer.
I knew that was coming.
It is.
No.
I got so much crap for that. And I'm literally like, what? You guys know me well enough. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm like, I'm going to, like, if you don't believe you're going to accomplish, whether you think you can or think you can't, you can't, you are right. So, yeah. Do I think I'll do it? Yeah, I'm trying. Like, why wouldn't I?
If anybody's going to do it, it's going to be you, Nate.
Yeah, it's like, do you know what happens when you take syrup off the market? Like, sell more and create markets?
Price goes up.
Price goes up. It's like
Yeah.
I was getting all sorts of.
Are you ready for the price tag of what it will take to get it endorsed by Taylor Swift?
Oh no, she's a billionaire. I don't think money's really her goal at this point.
Oh, I think that's everyone around her, and it's just money.
Probably
she's a money generating machine. That's all it is at this point.
And that's why they're not going to let the creepy maple farmer talk to her.
Yeah. Just that's hilarious.
Who's Noah? Who's this person? Noah Kahan. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Most beloved Vermont boy worldwide.
Yep. Swifty syrup, I'm telling you. But she's got a trademark on the word Swifty. Like, my plan is to just, like, make it, and then when her lawyers come knocking, be like, I tried to get a hold of you in the normal channels. I just, that's the only way it can be done, guys.
Yeah. Well, I got an idea when I was out there in Vermont. Everywhere you stop, gas station, restaurant, hotel, everything had syrup for sale or available. Every restaurant there said we charge for the fake stuff.
That's smart.
Okay.
I'm serious.
I like that, though.
Yeah, we charge for the fake stuff. And I mean, if you got into a third of the ones in Wisconsin or Michigan, it's stuff like that. I don't know. I just, back to the educating people on it. I'm really big on that. I think we need to do better as producers, and Vermont does it very well. Everybody's educated. Everybody knows what it is.
One of my favorite stories is we're not the consumer. I mean, we eat it because we make it, but my dad and I, we couldn't make golden syrup. We couldn't make amber syrup. We got our largest customer because we make maple syrup wrong. Like, we ran our pans deep. We probably batched it, overcooked it. We made a dark robust, and we couldn't not make a dark robust because we didn't want to burn anything. So we're throwing firewood in there. And our largest customer, who's now part of Cracker Barrel, like, bought our syrup and tried everybody's. So what's the farmer want to sell you? The stuff they think's the best.
Yeah.
This is, Florida, and they tried syrup from all these different states, and they picked ours. And my dad and I, if you were to line up a bunch of maple farmers, good farmers make golden. Well, what's the consumer want?
Yeah. I'm running in the same
matter thing. What we like. Our opinion doesn't matter.
I'm running.
So we accidentally did what the customer wanted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I think so. This is just 100% personal opinion. I think growing up as kids, myself, everybody, you looked at Aunt Jemima sitting on the shelf or the fake corn syrup. How dark is that? I think it's just completely visual for people. They don't think of syrup when they see the clear golden. They don't think it's syrup. They want the darker stuff.
Right.
That's my theory on it. But that's why we can educate people on it better too.
Howdy, Kevin. Kevin's down in. Is it Oklahoma City or are you in? I think you're in Oklahoma City. I think he got to meet Joe Theismann today or yesterday. I can't remember. He's speaking. He's speaking at a conference, but he'll fill us in. So this is interesting. I had a conversation with a fella today about coming up to Vermont and doing a story on his family. His dad actually invented the first steam away, and then he sells maple syrup for distillation. Like, the reason I'm bringing this comment up, John, is the maple industry was putting, or the brewing industry is putting beer in bourbon barrels well before the maple industry. And then actually Eric Sorkin told me himself that the sparkle in the maple syrup came from a brewery that was putting sparkles in maple syrup. But we don't want to follow what the breweries are doing now, and that's going out of business. That's the next step. Yeah, the microbrews.
You can find those everywhere now.
Yeah, it's if you just get online and look Facebook Marketplace, like there's so many brewing. They're just Google microbrew and you'll see like another one down, another one bites the dust.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Theismann's tomorrow. This is true. This is all new for me. Tim usually handles all this.
Yeah. You just put the comments on the bottom of the screen. You can put music in the background.
Yeah. Can you see it, Tim? Like the comment?
I can, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I put them all up there. Every one of them. Unless that's some weirdo. I haven't had any yet. So Bottomlands WC. Is that Wisconsin? You're asking me about, is that a Michigan guy?
I don't know.
You're watching it. I don't recognize that one.
Oh, he went there.
You can use the Buddy sap to make the syrup. Buddy Light. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Nice. I like it.
So at the open houses, I spent the most time. So CDL took me around for about 2 hours, actually. Jared Sutton, we've known each other for a while. Hi, Abigail.
Hi.
Oh, man, I'm getting...
I wanted to have a conversation
no.
about these charges. These charges from Vermont that I'm seeing. I'd like to have a conversation about budget and maple syrup budgets.
What are those?
Yeah, exactly. Right there.
What's
Let's
the budget?
right there.
I believe the one you want is Dom.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm Nate. You want Dominic.
Pretty much. He got a little crazy at Dominion Grim. Things got a little out of hand. Things got a little out of hand.
Were you just panic buying? Like, what's the deal? What'd you get? Like, I just saw bags. He looked like
bags. He came home with.
He looked like a '90s chick flick coming out of the mall with bags.
He had a U-Haul trailer. He pulled in with a U-Haul.
Did you really have a U-Haul?
Yes, he pulled in with a U-Haul. He came home and I said, "Get out of here! Drive out of my driveway with that."
We did not know this.
You didn't know about the U-Haul?
Yeah, I hid it at Jeff's.
He hid the U-Haul from us.
Hid it at Jeff Corey's.
Say more. I am interested.
I'd rather not.
Say more. So he had a U-Haul. You did not tell us how bad it was. What'd you buy?
Nothing.
He can't disclose because Sugar Mama's sitting next to him.
The evaporator. Well, she's the reason it's successful.
Pretty much.
No, not so much.
That's awesome, though. Thank you for jumping in.
Yeah.
So we have Abigail, and what is your name?
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. I'm Nate. This is Tim. And this is Maple AA.
Anyway, I got the cup from you guys.
You go ahead, David. Hi, David. Welcome.
I'm glad
I'm Nate, and I have a maple problem.
Yeah. Well, you guys have fun on your video. I'm gonna put a little one to bed, but
thank you. Hey, she was nicer than my wife is over here making fun of me.
Oh, I make fun of you.
Don't
worry.
She's out there.
My wife calls them. She said we went on a Star Trek convention for Maple Farm. It was like a Trekkie convention.
Oh, that's a good description of that. Do you guys dress up in outfits? Do you have matching? Oh man.
No. Well, let me say it this way. That's what she says the Maple Farmers are doing. They're basically having a Star Trek convention for Maple Farmers.
This is true.
Showing each other your tubing. It's very concerning.
We got monster trucks.
Everybody's wearing flannel. Everybody dresses the same.
Goodness. You say goodnight?
Good night. We got monster trucks.
All right. Good night, beautiful girl.
Good night, guys.
Glad you're home, babe.
That's funny. So here's a question. Can you see all the comments or just the one I put up?
Just the one you put up.
Okay. I am StreamYard in training here. That was awesome, by the way. Ashley made this whole video.
Never a dull moment around here. Another thing
Ashley and
that
Abigail made the video.
What's that?
Ashley and Abigail made this video.
There you go. They make my day every
You had
day.
a U-Haul. Tim, no one knew about the U-Haul. No one knew. I mean, he said, yeah, I bought more than I should have. But listen, you had a pickup truck, dude, like with a cap. Like, how much could you? You had a pickup truck, right?
Yeah.
With a cap.
The bed got full. Literally, there was not any room because all the stuff I got from Jeff was literally it engulfed the whole thing.
Oh,
and so
tell Tim what you did. I was making fun of you.
No, Nate.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
No, we're not talking about that.
Yep. Yes, we are.
So, anyway, we bought a lot of a little bit of everything.
You got a lot of stuff for free, Tim.
I was wanting to get barrels. Nobody had barrels in stock. I was really wanting to get stainless barrels. That was one of the big things. I did get a high vacuum pump from Jeff. And then
you also got you got a lot of free stuff. Tell everybody about the free stuff you got.
Nate, just let it go. We don't know nobody. I don't want anybody to know about that.
Okay.
That's a thing there. So
wow.
But we bought a lot of.
So you filled the back of your truck and got a U-Haul.
And we got a U-Haul trailer and filled that. And there
didn't tell any of us. I mean, listen, we went to dinner at Twigs. There was what, 8 of us?
Yeah. And somebody says, hey, Twigs tonight, Dave Hughes is buying. Wonder who posted that.
Yep.
Thanks, Nate. You missed out, Tim. You really did. We had some fun.
I would do that. Tim, I'm telling you.
You really missed out.
Well, we'll have to see next year.
Everybody loves the Maple Dude. And I guarantee you wouldn't be able to get anywhere.
Sure. I was asked more than once. I was probably asked 3 to 4 times, where's Tim at?
Really?
Yes.
What do you think of that, Nate?
He's Maple famous. He's Maple famous. You were asked where Tim was a lot?
Yes.
Yeah. I only got asked where Nikki was. She's in South Africa.
Yeah.
But if she wants to go to that kid's sugar house, I'd meet her there. He was super excited. He watches all of our channels.
Yeah.
Like that kid, like that made it worth it, that whole trip. Like that experience, cool. Talking to him and then his family and meeting. Listen, for any of you that were there, it was really cool to meet a lot of you. So when you can ask these guys, when you're holding the camera up, it's kind of weird at first. But when you start meeting people, then you're like, you know who you're talking to. Doesn't it make it easy? Like at the beginning, it's really hard.
It is.
But as you start doing it and you're holding a camera, it's like those people that come up to you and talk to you and you can see them. It makes it easier.
Yeah. I was walking into D&G there doing a video, walking in, and people recognize me like, oh, you're putting it on YouTube, aren't you? You know, harassing. I was like, yeah, I've never seen so much inferior equipment in my life. They're like, oh, come on, you know. Then I filled the U-Haul trailer there. So, you know.
And listen, we're like 4 years. We're 4 years behind every other, you know, YouTube agri platform like Millennial Farmer, all of these Larson Farms. Like Maple's just starting. What's cool is we can just look at what these folks have done for the last 5 years and basically apply it to Maple. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. Well, that's a great example of what I was doing when we were going to all these sugar houses. You got these guys with 200,000 taps. all I have to do is kind of look at it, but I just go, and I was blown away. This brings up a great topic. Every place we went was CDL, Lapierre, Dominion Grimm. Out of all of those places, and we went to probably 10 places, there was only one that had leader equipment, and he was a leader dealer. I don't know what that means. I don't know what. And talking to a lot of the guys and the owners and running, I kind of was like, hey, why don't you use leader and stuff? It was interesting responses.
Yeah.
Kind of eye-opening stuff that I wouldn't have thought. And, so like I said, you got these guys that are demanding, so much out of this equipment, putting thousands of gallons of sap through
millions.
Yeah, there you go. And they have CDL or Lapierre. There was no leader equipment in the woods, in the sugar houses, other than only one place. So that was interesting.
Yeah. Well, I like the comment. The next one.
What do you got?
Why does you can put it up there?
Where is it?
From Vince.
Oh, you can see that? Awesome.
Yeah.
Read this. Read the note. Read it.
Here's why. And this is the honest truth. David is at the stage where this is all kind of new to him. Very exciting, right?
Yeah. I'm
at the stage where I realize I can buy the syrup cheaper. So at the end of the day, all the equipment, and I used to get excited about, don't get me wrong. I did.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, okay, cool. You did this thing and everything.
Yeah.
I can buy it cheaper than I can do it myself.
Me and Nate literally talked on the phone this morning about that.
Yeah.
Although for some reason, Wisconsin has the highest bulk rate in the entire country. What?
I wonder why that is, Nate.
What happened? Has this ever happened? Like that Wisconsin's bulk price is higher than Vermont?
I don't know. That is true now? Okay.
Yeah, for conventional, yeah. I'd say overall, the bulk price of maple syrup is highest in Wisconsin right now than it is in anywhere else in the country. Yep. Is what it is. It's because somebody had to run their mouth. That's why.
Yeah. I think we're talking.
Wonder who that was.
Yeah. You're welcome, Wisconsin farmers.
Yeah. Another thing happened, speaking of people coming up and talking to you about, seeing you on YouTube or whatever. Well, you guys remember my Facebook post about the check valve spiles that I did? I had somebody come up to me and say, thank you for posting that. I ended up bringing some of my check valve spiles in and showed the leader and everything. And I have 7,800 taps, I think he said, somewhere around there, 7,800 taps. And he's like, because of you, they're giving me 100 check valve spiles to replace. And he was sitting there telling me, he's like, yeah, I had about 30% failure. And that's about where I was at. Well, think of 30% on 7,300 taps. And then I'm sitting here going, I didn't have the heart to tell the guy, like, they're giving you heart, because I did this Facebook post and talked. They're probably not going to send me anything now, but it is what it is because I like transparency. They're willing to give me 600 spiles. But here's this guy, spouts, yeah. Here's this guy who's got way more invested, had all these hassles and troubles with all these, and they're willing to give me 600 because I was the squeaky wheel.
You got a YouTube channel, buddy. You're big time.
It's not fair. Like it's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer.
Wow.
Why does Tim look like a hostage? That's funny.
That wasn't good.
That
Vince
was.
gives me a little. He gives me a little crap. He's over on the Facebook side quite a bit. So
What's the price? I guess what I'm seeing is it's what, $220 for golden and amber, $2 or $210 and $2 for very dark, isn't it? I don't know. Like somebody needs to tell me. I got to the point where it's like we have our customers and we do our own budget. Like I don't wait. I mean, to a certain extent, I have to know what our competitors are doing, but it seems like it's fluctuating all over. So I don't know why, but spouts have always been the term for the plastic disposable ones, but spiles have always, at least in Ohio, I will say that it's different everywhere. The spile's been the metal one. I like this one. Good name too. If you're a South Park fan.
oh, okay.
There we go. None failed.
Good. And I did have the one guy that we stopped by out there that had all the leader stuff explain to me what happened. And it is a dick move to leader, how all of those entered the market and how all that transpired. It's really not leader's fault.
Well, you're lucky.
A bad hand. The way
it was a new manufacturer, right?
The manufacturer, they stopped wanting to use this manufacturer because they were having problems. They finally addressed it. Well, they asked for their die back, and then they got a whole bunch of spiles, that were already run, and they're pretty sure that they got all the old stock of the bad ones, and they kind of blended them in as a parting middle finger is what I was told. Now, if there's any truth to that, I don't know. Take that with a grain of salt, but it came from a pretty reputable source. So it wasn't fair to leader. They got screwed and they didn't know, and it doesn't make them look any better. It's not really their fault in this case, and they are addressing all of it moving forward. So I don't think there will be an issue moving forward.
How do you address it? I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but eventually you get upset customers. If you're doing any sort of business, even the first thing we teach anyone that's handling with customers on our side is the first thing you do is say, absolutely, we will always look at ourselves because we want to improve. And you watch their shoulders. You can hear it in their voice. They thought they were going to have a fight, right?
Yeah.
The customer, They thought they're going to have a fight and somebody's ready to argue about why. And all we do is just try to find a solution. So we start with, oh, absolutely. Like we always look at ourselves. We're not perfect. We mess up. It wouldn't be the strangest thing to happen. And when you just admit that you're human and you'll mess up, then you can actually have a conversation because they're not ready to fight you because you're getting defensive.
Yeah.
When you get defensive, you're toast. Like why? Just say, oh man, yeah, we screw up sometimes. We'll absolutely look at ourselves. That's the first thing that we ever say every time. Number one, because it's true. Number two, it takes the aggressiveness out of somebody.
Yeah. Not here to attack or point fingers and say, oh, leader, no. It's just address. Hey, if I was messing up, I want someone to address me and say, hey, Dave, this is the problem. How can we fix it? Or did you realize?
How can we make it right? What would you like us to do to make it right?
Yeah. But then be fair across the board. Don't give someone like me, who's a nobody with a couple thousand taps, 600 spiles, and because I made a post or I'm on YouTube,
consider how many farmers they're dealing with, though, David. I mean, I don't know. How can you keep track of everything? I mean,
it's easy.
You know what I mean? To me, that could very much easily be just a, hey, a slip up or, there's a lot going on. So here's.
I agree. There's two sides.
That's pricing, $220 for light and amber, $210 for dark. I had heard he was coming down 15 cents for the organic price. I'm not sure if that occurred. And then from what I understand, the bulk price in Wisconsin is essentially $230 for all 3 grades. So it's interesting.
I thought at 230. I saw 225 the other day somewhere.
Yeah, I did too, but I believe there's some added bonuses or large producer bonuses. It essentially works out to 230. Right.
But the thing is, the people think that a lot of these people think that guys like you are making a killing on it.
Oh, dude, I am buying jet skis.
Right.
That's what I do with all my money. I buy jets. I have a warehouse of jet skis because I'm like, what do people do? They buy jet skis. I got no more. I don't even ride them. I just keep buying them.
Right. I mean, and they say they start coming up with ideas like, okay, let's all hold it back and things like that to get the price up. But
then they'll just flood the market when the price comes up.
Right. Well, that would also mean then that Nate, hopefully, he's going to want to keep a profit margin there. I mean, if you're going to pay more and more for it, now again, it doesn't always work that way, but I mean, what that ultimately should lead to higher prices in the store, which could lead to less consumption of it by the consumer.
Yeah, if it goes too high, it ends up hurting the market. So Warren's saying you got to all be the Maple dude and use D&G.
Yeah. Dude, Warren was awesome. We loved that, visiting with him. That was such a nice facility. He's worked his ass off, dude. Like, he was there working in the rain when we showed up. Like, he's done a lot. And he had some really...
Well, when you showed up, he finally got a break.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. He really loves the D&G tubing. He really does. I bought a whole bunch after talking to him, and we had very similar instances happen with some of the manufactured tubing that I was using, and so I went with it.
So one manufacturer, the tubing was getting chewed up pretty good.
Extremely.
And the other manufacturer formulated it with rat poison, right?
Something like that.
That's not true. It's just funny.
It's funny.
No one chewed that tubing. It was obviously formulated with rat poison. It's not, but that's funny.
Yep.
If you don't think that's funny, you need to go. That's funny.
But I mean, I had problems with D&G spout a year ago. There was every one of those tees leaked in a new
I remember that.
Yeah.
They're all going to have problems. And there's not one stop shop. Like, somebody's going to have probably the best RO. Someone's going to have the best evaporator. I mean, you got to all kind of bounce around here, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just, nobody can be perfect at everything. You know, somebody's going to have a better product. And, you know.
Is 85X the type of tubing? Is that like the material?
That's one of the, I think it's one of the high end ones, the most expensive.
And that's
what you can replace that X with a skull and crossbones is what you can do. Nothing chews that and lives.
Yeah, when he told me that right there, I was like, that registered with me. So we were talking about these guys that have all this experience, thousands of taps and thousands of feet in the woods. All I have to do is just micro scale it down.
Yeah.
He was super helpful.
Yeah, information, right? Like, I mean, back in the day, I mean, when my dad bought his evaporator a long time ago, I mean, there was essentially throughout the Midwest, Pennsylvania, New York, there was leader dealers. That was essentially leader dealers. Then there was some D&G, and it wasn't until early 2000s you started seeing more of the Lapierre, CDL, but it was information. And I remember talking to Bruce Bascom about when Leader was going to sell some shares, and he says, "You're going to buy some, right?" And I'm like, "I don't think so, Bruce." I said, "What's the value?" He said, "I'll tell you what the value is." He has admitted that the value of owning and being an owner for Leader has been information. So if you think about it, most of the bulk buyers for Bascom have been leader dealers. So it's been an information share. And I think about that often. It's like that has been very valuable. But today, how fast does information travel?
Oh, man.
You know, I mean, the bull crap travels just as fast and just
almost too. Honestly, it's almost too fast how it travels. To be real,
Yeah.
to be honest. You know, and that's where I think a lot of these dealers, like leader dealers, any of them that have been around for a long time, are kind of stuck in the ways. They, you know, you never used to have the online buying and the technology. You had to go to them, and they just, oh, this is what it is. You know, you have to come to me type thing.
Right.
And then you get a generation like me, and especially being a first generation producer, I'm trying to be a sponge right now. And they've kind of find it almost off-putting, or I don't know what the word I'm looking for is what I'm trying to say, but they're not really moving with the times, or they understand it, you know, and they're kind of like loyalist, if that's the word I'm looking for, maybe. And
that's
it's
what
not,
they know.
it's not that I'm not loyal. It's just I'm trying to find the best product for what works best for me and my setup. And they take it too personal. You got to stop being so personal, you know, and just have a little more open mind with stuff, you know. They're not sitting there on the line producing this tubing or welding the pan, you know.
Right. I can answer that question right there because it's been done on D&G tubing that I have. That's been sealed.
Is it a harder tubing? Like
the
a more
D&G?
dense?
Yeah, it's a little more dense, but I mean, the spin seal has worked on it. I had somebody do it for me, somebody around here that had one. I wouldn't recommend doing spin seal unless you have the tool, though. I really wish I wouldn't have done it, honestly, because I did it in One Woods and I don't have that tool. So what if a saddle breaks off? You can just go out there with a little saddle and replace it and fix it. If you don't have that tool and that thing breaks off there, that spin seal, what are you going to do? You know, in the middle of the maple season, you got to go find that guy. He's busy too.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I think
that tool.
What I learned at Corey's with Danielle out in the woods is sometimes the spin seal will break off and they have a patch they'll put over it, and then they'll just
there's another one that
put another one. But you could put a saddle, like, you're not going to walk around with a spin seal tool, are you? Like, you probably walk around, if you have in your pack, you got, you know, a mainline drill and a couple saddles, I'm sure, you know, to get through the season or something.
For repairs.
I don't know.
Right. You could do that. I don't know. I didn't really. I did the spin seal, and then I did some stuff after that, and I never got the guy to do it again because I thought the saddles were just fine for me.
I should send Warren the link to this because then it'll be the Warren show. Nobody cares about what we think. They're asking Warren questions already.
There you go.
These schmucks. I don't want to talk to these schmucks. I want to talk to somebody.
I'm serious. Warren is so intelligent, man. You should see the stuff that guy's done there with the electrical. I mean, dude, he's just up here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy.
It's true. I can't do that. Not at that level.
Another thing that everybody had was MES steam rigs. Like, everyone. A lot of MES popping up out there.
For the largest production producers, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, in the quality of just seeing it there, man, I see why they're doing it.
Where'd you go, David, when you were up there? You went to Jeff Corey's, Gary Corey's, JR's. Did you get over to Georgia Mountain?
Brandon. Yeah. Dude, we went everywhere. I to be honest, I'd have to say
with your U-Haul trailer, just looking up.
No, that was hid over at Jeff and Linda's.
Yeah, I can't. Your wife ratted you out, and I love it.
We have not addressed the maple biscuits. We have not addressed the maple biscuits. Right. This is like literally.
I'm going to send Warren the link right now. We'll actually have a quality show.
Yeah, no shit.
Where did I send you the link, Tim? I know I did.
Yeah.
Say, oh, there it is. Now, don't feel obligated.
No, you're obligated, Warren.
Yep. Yeah,
Maybe
you
taste some of
can
that.
just fire me right now. I'll just be the clicker of the comments, and like people can ask Warren because he actually knows what he's doing. I heard that band clamp saddle fit. That's interesting.
Well, Jeff was saying he takes a knife when he has his tool. He shaves where the broken spin seals off and goes right back into the same spot.
Oh, really?
Yes. I got to play with it. It was pretty cool.
The spin seal?
Yes.
And you have some spin seals now, don't you, on some of that tubing? All right, here we go. Tim's ready to check out. You look tired, dude.
Hey, guys, I'm close. Me and Jack haven't even eaten yet. I told him I was going to stay on about an hour, and we were going to go grab something yet. So
yeah, if you got to run, Tim, absolutely.
And it's only 9 over there.
Right.
It's like 3 o'clock.
I value my sleep. I'm like you guys. If I don't get sleep, the next day I'm not a fully functioning maple dude.
If I get to bed before 3 a.m., I'm doing good.
I can't do that. I need a good 8 hours. Keeps you healthy and strong.
Right here, Brian. He loves the DNG main line.
Oh yeah.
So Brian must be close nearby there, Tim. He must be close to you.
Eau Claire area.
Yep. Brian's good.
Eau Claire. The only vowel that's not in there is O, and it's pronounced Eau Claire. Mm-hmm. It's like EAUI, and then you say O.
Yep.
Every vowel but O. That's funny. Cool. So I think Tim, if you got to run, by all means, don't worry.
I'm gonna check out.
Peace, dude.
And, Nate, guys, keep watching Nate. He's the future of YouTube.
That's funny.
He's the future.
It's
all in this guy's hands.
Together. Bulk syrup, bulk tanks.
Oh,
wait, you got to see this one. This is pretty funny.
Yeah, he's giving me crap again.
That's funny. You read the sign. Read it.
I think it's the single color background. It makes it look like
that's what it is. It looks like the first Iron Man, like when he's trapped in that cave. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, you guys have a good one.
See you, Tim.
You can take me out, or how does this work?
I can. Bye, Tim.
He gone.
He looked tired.
He did look tired.
Looked a little bit tired. I like Vince, though. He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah. Grass don't grow beneath Tim's feet.
No.
What does he say?
So he's real close.
Oh, get some beauty sleep.
He's real close. Brian's real close over there.
Oh, Roth in my backyard.
Yeah, I tell you, it's different. Wisconsin is definitely different.
Yeah. Roth has been good to deal with. There's stuff that I've had to order from them because they have it stocked. Like my local dealers just don't have much. It's super frustrating.
If you've ever been in his store, it's impressive. He's got an impressive store.
Here.
And he's kind of like Pete's. He's kind of funny. I remember the first time I met him, he was like, the different guys that haul for the maple industry. There's like Lauren and then his son Bryant. It's with a T. It's Bryant. Okay. So Lauren is Lorne, Lauren, Bryant, and then Larry. And Pete called it Larry's Wonder Wagon, which I thought that was hilarious. I'll never forget that. But yeah, man, I'm good. That was fun.
Yeah, definitely. Always.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. I'm out. I'm done. We'll see you guys.